Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bill Bragan, and I stand here as co-founder and co-director of Global Fest, where we are proud to collaborate with ISPA for the fourth year to present globally minded artists to the Congress here. I'm also thrilled that two other Global Fest alumni, Magos Herrera and Anjali Kijo, are featured so prominently here at the Congress, along with our close collaborator Matthew Covey at Tamizdat. And I'm really grateful to ISPA and to David Bale and the board and the staff and the Congress Committee for really making the strong commitment to internationalist music. So thank you to all of you. Also, thank you to Theater Projects for sponsoring this session. I'm especially honored to introduce, yes, let's applaud for the people who make this possible. I'll take that pause, thank you. I'm especially honored to introduce my friend and inspiration, Arturo O'Farrell. Arturo represents a multi-generational musical dynasty. Of course, his father is the legendary composer and arranger Chica O'Farrell, and backstage I actually found out that David Bale actually lives on Arturo O'Farrell Way on the Upper West Side, which is great, but also his sons who are joining him here today in the band, Zach and Adam, continue that legacy. So it's an important dynasty. He's also a multiple Grammy Award-winning pianist, composer, and a band leader. He's an educator and founder of the Afro-Latin Jazz Alliance right here in New York City, but more recently he's been commuting back and forth each week to Los Angeles, where he's also on the faculty of UCLA. He's also, quite importantly, an activist committed to social justice through his music and through his actions. One of Arturo's most recent projects is Fandango at the Wall. It's a multi-platform concert, recording, and documentary project which brought together musicians to share music and culture on both sides of the wall in San Diego and Tijuana, and included not only Latinx, African American, Anglo artists, but also artists representing Iraq and Iran. With the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra, he'll perform this weekend at Symphony Space, celebrating the music of Argentina and most especially Lalo Schifrin. In my other role as Executive Artistic Director of the Art Center at NYU Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, not the UK, we worked really closely together to commission and present the world premiere of the Cuban Khaliji Project. This project brought together the 17 members of the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra with musicians from the Gulf and North Africa, including Emirati Udis Ali Obed, British Bahraini trumpeter Yaz Ahmed, French-Moroccan vocalist Malaka Zara, and the Kuwaiti pearl diving music ensemble Boom Diwan. Working together across 3 continents and several nations gave me a deep insight into Arturo's rigorous and playful collaborative process. In a conference focusing on the ideas of borders, Arturo is someone who plays across, over, and literally through walls. But, and this is important, this doesn't mean he ignores the borders. In his work, they become a meeting place. They are a source of inspiration, of curiosity, of invention, of dialogue, of learning, and of sharing. They become a place to celebrate our particular histories and traditions, to excavate older and possibly forgotten links, and to build new ones. Yaron Lifshitz earlier today said that empathy is a creative act, and indeed, empathy is at the core of Arturo O'Farrell's creativity and art. Please welcome to the stage the Arturo O'Farrell Quartet.
Adam O'Farrell on the trumpet. Zach O'Farrell on the drums. Bam Bam Rodriguez on the bass. There was a piece written by the great Brazilian saxophonist Livio Almeida. We're going to play a piece now for you that came from a recording that we did literally at the border. We literally put microphones on the Mexican side and on the American side of Tijuana and San Diego and recorded an album called Fandango at the Wall, which featured Regina Carter and the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra, the Villalobos brothers, Antonio, a whole bunch of people, Antonio Sanchez, I can't even... But the piece that we're going to play for you is a Yucatan folk song, and it's called El Maquesh. El Marquesh. We got one more quick one for you. But it's just want to thank you for letting us perform for you. Every time we play, we're reminded how this is the one time this group of people have to be together. And it's the truth. Every time we sit in a room and assemble, we have an opportunity to change the world. Every single time, because this will never happen again in this exact combination. And that's the power of music. That's the power of performance. That's the power of culture. And so we thank you for being cultural warriors. Thank you so much.